Hello, fellow armchair admirals. Yes, I'm changing up for a little bit the intro. How you doing today? This is, of course, Gamer 1745 here, and we're taking a look at some top tier 2 vessels coming to War Thunder in the 1.93 update. I'm on the dev server, and I tried for, I think it was 16 minutes to get a naval battle. It didn't even form one with bots to shoot at. So, wanted to take a look at this. Is awesome. This is the St. Helena. St. Helena? Helena? I don't know. However you want to say that. This is a Brooklyn class vessel, but it looks very different than this Brooklyn class vessel. There were only a few of these that had the full upgrade to this configuration. They still have these 4 guns on them. This one, this one, this one on each side. Still have those there. But what they've done is they've moved them into double turrets. Those are the same diameter, dual purpose 5-inch guns. They are both 38. Oh, these are 25 caliber. Okay, so these are the early ones. They also had, I don't know if any of these other vessels had, they also had a 5-inch 51 caliber, and the calibers, the second calibers deal with a percent of the barrel length versus the diameter, and it's a formula. I don't quite know what it is. The long ones were found to be not terribly useful because they had, while on some vessels, let's see, on they did do a small Clemson run, and this is the 4-inch 50 cal mark, whatever. Yeah, I don't know that I have. What crew do we put? There we are. Quickly in here. They did put a few of these with the 5-inch instead of the 4-inch guns. Tend to be exacted. They made and they used along. These are also 50 cal 4-inch mounted here. Though it seems that I think that this was, the rear one was so big, they removed any of the depth charges racks here and mounted it down here from one photo I saw. And I don't know if that was a later change or original. But the 5-inch 50 cal or 51 cal or whatever they were had really great, shoot way out there really well, but there was a problem. What might that problem be? Oh, they were on things like destroyers, things like light cruisers, and they can't hit anything out there because they didn't have fancy fire control on them. So most of them got pulled off and stuck on Liberty ships and other things, just to put a good gun on them that could work. And although they had the range, they didn't have the targeting ability to affect the range. And the earlier, I know you're all interested in this so deeply, but the 5-inch 25 caliber guns, and that's again more the length of the barrel than anything else, were set up as anti-aircraft guns. But yeah, they were decent anti-aircraft guns, but they also wanted to shoot at other things. So most of them, even when they were in this position, once the war, by 1940, 41, they were going through the, even before the Americans getting in the war, they're going through changing them. They were still in that position. They were going over to the 5-inch 38 dual purpose gun, so that you can shoot at the air or you can shoot at ground targets effectively. Now, what did they do with the old 25 caliber 5-inch gun? Some of them ended up on submarines as their sort of main gun. So they used them, but they just used them for other things. So, but those are basically those 4 gun or 8 guns total, but 4 per side, and dual mounts here. So it freed up a lot of deck space, and so we can see basically quad 40 millimeters here and here, 2 sets of quad 40 millimeters there. I think that's it on this, and a lot of 20 millimeter Oerlikon guns all over the place. 2 over here I noticed, but only 1 tucked in here because of the boats. Yeah, so a lot better anti-aircraft along with radar and other things. So this is sort of the ultimate Brooklyn. And then we have the Pensacola, which is a early 1900s designed and launched vessel. May predate World War One. I do think it was around in World War Two, though I'm not sure. And I'm sure eventually gets more upgrades than 2 Chicago pianos here and 450 cals up there, so up top. But it does have the 5-inch 25 cannons. And as you may be realizing, maybe not, but a lot of these guns, including the big 6-inch, oh, these are 8-inchers, but were World War One either manufacture or continued to manufacture on the same design in World War II. So there was, there was progress in mounting the guns. There are several different mounting types, including open and closed and whatnot. Dual and single. We want to do a test sale, so at least you guys get to see. I want to see about blowing something up. Okay, here we are. There is a torpedo boat. And I'm going to switch all of my secondary guns over to... Oh, that's... I forget what aircraft destroyed. No, we're not. Boom, that didn't kill it, even with high explosive. What the hell? I guess it burned down. Man. I have to remap my keys. Full ahead, flank ahead. Yeah, you can see my secondaries. This isn't working out the way I wanted it to. You can see the secondary gun batteries, the 25s are really going about it. Okay, well. Fire, you have the range, maybe? Boom! Didn't kill it. Using high explosive, and no, I haven't done all the upgrades to it yet. Oh, what is... Well, we're returning to Hangar. You know, I need to remap a few things here. Okay, control, ship, toggle gunners, targets, sign button, there we go, and camera control, aiming mode, let's add that, I think is what I want. Close, yes, continue anyways. We're going to go, good thing we didn't go into actual battle, I guess. Let's go back into test sale again. And, oh, well, you know, you get to watch me if you're still here. Let's do some modifications. Boom, good thing we didn't go in because I forgot to do this. So you can really see what the vessel is like. Purchase. Purchase. And these are all sort of fake gold eagles that are only good on the dead server. So I can spend like a drunken sailor when I get ready to be an admiral. I wish they would save these settings so I don't have to do this when they open this dev server again, because although I didn't have these, I did have tanks that I had to go through again a second time. Not that shrapnel protection is worthy for secondary or for test sales, but okay, there we go. So now we have more shells, and that is, of course, all comes up because it's a premium. Oh, sure, I'd love 3 million golden eagles in the real server, but no, I'm not that big of a YouTuber. They just give it to me on the dev server. They've been very nice to me, Gaijin. Very nice. Actually have given me a few golden eagles, but not this kind of. See, they're sort of smart. They know how to make YouTubers say good things about them. Okay, so now we will go back in here. We want to do test sale. Now we have more types of ammo. And then we're going to immediately stop secondary guns from air. They're only going to shoot at air targets. So if they can see the air target up there, there we go. We can zoom in and see. You can see probably 40 millimeters are what's actually doing the hitting them, but they're also shooting the pretty good guns. Now this, oh no, this doesn't even have the 40 millimeters, so those were just the oh, 5-inch. Boom. See, okay, this time that worked good. Okay, so he's moving. He's a moving target. Let's get yourself moving. Ships should always be moving. I don't like that how people hide behind things. I mean, obviously they can do that if they want to as a tactic. That's fine, but no self-respecting ship would want to be a stationary target. Boom. Okay. So now we have that out there. That is a destroyer. Give me a fast ship before I go into harm's way. I think that's the correct quote. Surprised. Well, didn't trail it enough. Just gold star next to your name or something. I mean, obviously it's just a joke, but who can say who said that originally, or at least credited for saying it? Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Might like a little more spread on that because these are a bit overkill. And they're totally killing one part. Don't know why that isn't hull breaking them though. Hopefully that'll hit right under the bridge section there. There we go. Crew knocked out. Engine room. Okay. A light cruiser. Much slower loading than I'm used to. Okay, now we have a light cruiser. I'm not quite sure the type, but let's fire. And then we're going to switch over to armored piercing rounds. We'll see what this does. HE will do a good job at sweeping the decks. And it does look like we penetrated some of the hull a little bit and got some fire there. Not forward far enough. Yeah, still hit mostly in the rear. Okay. Oh, no, we have the zoom set on this either, yeah. Load. Fire. Hopefully that'll be a little more forward in the ship. Yeah, that's right. We basically wanted to hit it. Back over to high explosives. Keep coming around. Come about. Rear guns, get ready to fire. Start swinging the forward guns to the other side. Boom, hit them. We're trying to think about hitting them with forward magazine. Get those turrets around. What, did it sink? No, it can't. Oh no, it's still out there. It's hiding behind the hills. Okay. Okay, trail it a little bit more. We did hit, but our explosives on these 8-inch guns seem to be doing fairly well against that. Still not done a good magazine kill. Go over to the more armor penetrative rounds. They really sort of tried, at least, I don't know how successful they were on a lot of these, but tried to make the turrets and the main engine compartments and the main magazine type areas protected against things like high explosive round. There we go, target destroyed. Well, that's the last target here, so this is the Pensacola. So let's leave this, return to hangar. And let's take a look at the St. Helena. Well, we'll wait 10 seconds, 20 seconds. See if we can get into a battle. Now that I've remapped a few things, it would be better. Even if it just bots shooting back, that would be fun. Or fun enough. Okay. Cancel. I think they, well, a little surprised they're not just throwing up a bot match for me. Okay. No. Over to air targets on. Forward up. Get on target with your 6-inch high explosive rounds. And boom. I think we hit him. You see much faster. Oh, we'll get him too much. Much faster reload. Boom. I don't think that aircraft survived. Or is it just the flame? No. They're shooting back or something? Okay. Yeah, if we're going after destroyers, high explosive is the best. Because that destroyer is supposed to be moving at speed, putting out a bunch of torpedoes, and then running away, trying not to be hit by speed, and laying down smoke as it runs away. Wow, that's taken a lot of punishment. We haven't had a hull break yet, or something with this. There we go. Okay. I'm going to fire 3 broadsides at least with the high explosive against this light cruiser. Well, it seems to be penetrating the lower holes. I don't quite know what light cruiser that is. I guess we could sail over and find out, but... destroyed by fire, I guess. Ammunition storage. Okay. Well, this is an awesome ship. An awesome ship. Like I said in one of the videos recently, they had special 6-inch rounds that were designed to be particularly armor penetrating with a really delayed explosive charge, so that the idea of the milliseconds or whatever of it slowly penetrating into a bigger ship meant to actually be able to engage heavy cruisers. That's what it was meant for. Not meant to take out, or battle cruisers if it got close enough to them. Battle cruisers should have battleship armaments on them, and should be able to clobber this thing far enough away. But if you can get close enough with these 15 guns to really clobber into battle cruisers and heavy cruisers, even though this is classified as a light cruiser, though the hull is basically that of a heavy cruiser, but all the smaller guns. And if you notice how, as I move the turrets around, you can see up top, up here, trying to get the circle on it, and here, those things move along with the guns here, because those are the actual fire directors. Those are along with the radar bits up here on top of that. Those two sets of things are meant to direct the guns and target them. They can be individually targeted from the turret themselves. There are gunnery sights in there, but really, if there's not damage, they're all run through those. And now they can all be run from one of them. So like if this forward one gets damaged and the rear one still is functional and it's over on the side, broadside, they can fire all 15 guns at it. But say if you've got vessels in the front of you, obviously the rear turrets can't fire at them, so only the forward two most turrets can fire at them, but you use the forward gun or forward ballistics computing and ranging system, or if they're in the rear, you use the rear one. And so they could easily be set up to, like, if you've got a bunch of ships out there, which you can't do in War Thunder, go, hey, these 3 forward turrets, slave it to this fire control system, and they target one ship, like, if you're looking at destroyers or something like that, and take the rear one, you get the rear 2 turrets, and you start slamming shots into them, and that would be devastating, hitting guns, or hitting ships that even the 5-inchers on this would be ripping apart, because they're what the main guns on a destroyer would be You're hitting them with 6-inch high explosives. They'd just be ripping destroyers apart if you're effectively hitting them. And do so effectively and not have to go into local control for each gun turret. But yeah, oh, I want to show one more. If you want to hang around, return to Hangar. I have yet to play this in a proper game. I've almost got mine actually ground up. Is the Atlanta, so we'll go to... Are we do the mod? Yeah, we'll do the modifications. That's right. Okay, test sail. Now this is a light cruiser, also, but designed to be. Yeah, there's an aircraft up there. Designed to be sort of gun intensive. Those are, I think, are Chicago pianos hitting them, and you can see the, there we go, different effectiveness here. Now these guys, oh, there he is. And we also have torpedoes. Boom. Okay, you can see how quickly these guns, these are, I think, are all 5-inchers. But you can see there's a lot of them. That was just shrapnel from a miss. I got him. Okay. See, these are meant to be, and we can't, there's a couple of that can't even get over to this other side. Even at this close range, the firing before the last volley is hit the target. Let's trail, let's get the compartment a little bit more. Going for the forward compartment. Way too far forward. Guess we picked up a lot of speed with this thing. So, way trail. Little trail to go to the forward. Boom! Forward compartment, just like I wanted. Okay. Now. About 6 kilometers. We've got 3 shots in the air before the first one hit. Almost 4. All hitting here. Let's jump over to a bit more penetrative round since this is a light cruiser. If they hit enough substantial elements within the ship, they will explode. If not, they'll pass through and then explode maybe. These are definitely the type of rounds that should be shot at sort of proper light cruiser, heavy cruiser, that kind of thing. But this, I haven't gotten to play one yet, but should be a destroyer killer. Fast range, a lot of shots raining down on them. So those are, what, 14 guns per broadside I was firing at that. Not quite as much as the... Oh, look at, we're almost listing so far that we're... Water coming over the deck. Not quite as many as the Brooklyn, but Not nearly as big either. Another pre-war or very early war setup for the gunnery anti-aircraft. They knew by 1940, if not 1939, that they were woefully undergunned for anti-air. But a combination of budget and technology kept them from. Come on. Spawn. Okay, target acquired. And took them a while to get the. Orlikin was. Let's see. Orlikin was somewhat reluctant. Oh, there. Look at that. It's listing so badly. It's almost capsized. Was somewhat reluctant to. I think it was them. Reluctant to sell their designs to a major combatant like the U.S. and whatnot, but they did because it was a Swiss company. Sweden was very willing to sell, but the plans they sent over were in sort of a different perspective. And sort of like a 3D perspective, and they were all in metric measurements, and Bofors was sort of a handcraft operation, so very precisely putting together their guns and limited production abilities, so they didn't really even have a modern, mass production facility. So I think I'm getting all these right, but so they had to sort of take their drawings and put them into a better sort of measurement, so that when you give it to the machinist and say, I need this part, it needs to have these exact dimensions. And then they redid the dimensions all in, the inch pattern that the US uses, so that they would all work together, but you couldn't go and get a Bofors gun made in Sweden and put in American parts, because they're different. They just won't work. But all to the same design, but to different measurements. Relatively the same. But so they did that, and they got it right, and they got it set up on American machinery. So both of them took time. So it was really, getting into 42 or late 42 before getting the Oerlikon and the Bofors, which become the main guns on, for Britain and America, for their ships. Britain picks up all the Oerlikons eventually once they figure out and get their hands on to mount on their things, because their 50 cal Vickers weren't that good, and their pom-poms were okay, but not too great. Well, we could launch a few torpedoes. Oh no, that's the zoom. What? Oh, they're up to space. I haven't read. How many per side? 4. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And that's what they're meant, obviously, to shoot at big ships like a heavy cruiser, really. And so they're meant to fire a pattern, probably a bit more spread out than that, but fire a pattern at a heavy cruiser or other sorts of ships, while using all their manifold guns going after destroyers to try to kill them and keep them from shooting their torpedoes at other destroyers. Or at other big ships, cruisers, like heavy cruisers, battleships, whatnot. Sometimes rapidity of fire, and as you can see, the fire control there, and the fire control there. I'm trying to get the sight on it right sort of center line, so that you could easily have like the forward 3 turrets engage one target, and the other rear 3 or whatever engage a different target and whatnot, and just rain fire down on different targets really effectively. Okay, well, again, thanks for watching. If you would like the videos, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to hear your comments on the new vessels coming in War Thunder. I really think this is making it, from the videos I've seen, I've not played it, this seems much better than World of Warships, at least to me. And we're getting to the big guys, not just light vessels. Either got to pay for it or grind up to bigger vessels. So see you next time for more historical gaming.